I mean, this was just the best situation, for what was going on. A chance to win, 3 NBA championships, in a great city to live in, and everything just felt right.
Did it bother you that the stories out there, as you say, were false?
No, it didn't bother me at all. I'm steady learning this business and how it's going and what's going on with it, and people would say any and everything to try to, have a story or make a story or whatever. So I mean, it didn't bother me at all. It probably bothered the other people that wanted me to come back, but I was fine with it. I understood what was going on.
It seems like a couple of the moves that the Lakers have made this offseason have made them better, particularly off the bench.
Mm-hmm. No doubt, and that's it's a major part in what in winning. Our bench has to come out and be able to produce and continue to make the team better. When the starters are on the bench. So I think we're making the correct steps to win another championship.
Shannon, there's been a lot of talk about Kobe's influence helping other people come back. Did you and him talk over the summer, and what did he say to you?
He definitely told me, if I was to come back, that I was going to have a major role or whatever, and helping the bench, to help the starters and helping the team, was a major thing, and just things, little individual things I had to do to continue to get better, on the court and to help the team. So I know this Kobe like to bring in guys that he get into it with. They got that same feistiness.
Right.
Seems like Kobe's a hard guy to say no to.
I mean,
he's been successfully recruiting.
Yeah, you check his background. I mean, his individual and his team, accolades are among the best. You know what I mean? And you really don't have to, say or try to go find much more than that. And he's continuing to, get better, and he has a great vision.
Shannon, what have you been working on this summer?
Everything. I've been working a lot more on skills. A lot of skill work. Obviously, everybody know I can run, jump, and all of that stuff. Now it's just more about skills and being able to solidify myself as a basketball player instead of an athlete.
Can you talk a little bit about just being in this position the last couple seasons where you've had options and you've had opportunities elsewhere? I
mean, this is it's been the best fit, the best spot, the best everything for me. Sit down and evaluate all the situations from the money to the team to my potential role on the team and all of that. And this has just been this has been at the top, number one of the list.
Shannon, you said on Twitter that you're going to see the hand specialist. What did they
tell you? Just like, as I expected, everything is fine. I've worked out on it, so I'm able to dribble, catch the ball, shoot the ball, all of that stuff. And the doc said something about somebody put it in the paper that I said that, I might need surgery or whatever, and I guess that was recent, but that's not true. I might have said that when it first happened, because that's what they were telling me, and it was a possibility, but, that's gone out the window now. It's healed up pretty well.
If winning it last year was difficult, how much more difficult will it be this year, considering all the moves that other people have made, particularly in Miami and a couple of other places, just to get at you?
Man, well, all that being said, they still have to come through us, and it's definitely going to be, a difficult task. To do it 2 times in a row is difficult, but, I know the third is going to be, even more, tough. But we have guys on the team that have done it already, coaches that have done it already. So, we have a lot of things to look back at and to, build on, for this season. So, I think everybody's looking forward to the challenge. And like you said, we, made some trades and brought some people in, to help us do that.
How much is that, I guess, the prospect of being part of that history of a three-peat?
It's pretty special, it's a lot of guys that have, came through this NBA. Some lasted, some didn't. Guys that have played, 15 years that, can't even say they even made it to the finals, and, for a possibility to win 3 NBA championships is something special. And definitely gonna go down in history.
Shannon, why don't you talk a little bit about, this weekend is a huge weekend for the Laker organization with Dr. Bush going into the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. It's great, to see what he's done for this, franchise, for the time he's been here is tremendous. He's very, active as far as like interacting, you know, with the players and the coaches and the GMs and everybody. He shows his face, he shows up, you know, and we know who he is. So he's done a lot of great things for the NBA as a whole.